I've been getting comments saying my videos about Nigeria are negative, and honestly, I understand why it might feel that way, but there's something important that we really need to talk about. If you're new here, I am Madam Chomzi. I recently relocated from the UK to Nigeria, and I'm documenting my real life experience adjusting to life here. Not the highlight reel, but reality. I'm not attacking Nigeria, I'm documenting my lived experience as someone who chose to come back to Nigeria. And loving something does not mean you have to pretend that it's perfect. So when you're watching my video and I talk about the challenges I'm facing, like electricity, the daily stress, it can look like, it can appear to be as if I'm being negative, but I'm not. I'm just being honest. Nigeria is my home and I chose to come back here. Nobody forced me. I was not deported. I wasn't frustrated in the UK. I chose to come back. And I think that's what people have to bear in mind. So if I didn't love Nigeria, I wouldn't be here. So I didn't relocate my life to come here for something I don't believe in. But loving Nigeria does not mean I have to ignore its challenges or pretend things are perfect when they are not. Because the truth of the matter is that many Nigerians are going through this same struggle every single day. So if we label every single conversation as negative, then how do we improve? How do we try to fix things? So we cannot just pretend that these issues don't exist. Because nothing improves if we avoid talking about it. So my goal is not to tear down Nigeria, but to give a full picture. So instead of asking why is this negative, or why am I sounding negative, why don't we look at it from the side and ask questions like, how do we try to make things better? And I think that's when we start progressing, not trying to pretend like everything is perfect or lying about your country. And I'm not trying to sound rude here, but people that are coming to the comments and saying things like you're putting Nigeria in a bad light, if your experience is different and you're come and share it. I'm open to hearing different experiences, and that's how we learn from each other. But don't come and be saying I'm being negative when I'm just sharing my my daily life, how things are for me. You don't love Nigeria more than me. So my videos are not Nigeria is bad, but more of this is Nigeria. This is a real Nigeria. So I didn't come back to Nigeria to pretend, but to come here, live it and share it, and that's it. So two things can be true at the same time. Nigeria is beautiful and it's home to us, or to me, but at the same time it has its challenges. And no place is perfect. It's not just Nigeria. Everywhere is beautiful, because God made everywhere beautiful. But at the same time, everywhere you go, you have your own, every country or place has its challenges, and that's just normal. So I love Nigeria, but love is not blind. Love tells the truth even when it's uncomfortable. At the same time, I love the UK, and the UK does have its own challenges, but those challenges might be different from the ones we face in Nigeria. So the message is no place is perfect, and that's why I talk about the reason why we should have options, or the reasons why people should have options, because no place is perfect and things change. Because let's be honest, people in Nigeria think abroad is perfect, while people abroad think coming back home solves everything. But both sides have serious challenges. So Nigeria has its challenges, just as the US or the UK or the West, they have their own challenges. In the UK, for example, yes, systems work, but you can easily become trapped in a cycle of bills. You have your mortgage, you have your rent, you have car loans, council tax, bills, that's all you get. Before you know it, your entire life is structured around paying bills. You're earning, but are you really living? And saving, that becomes another struggle entirely. So the Western system is stable, but can trap you financially. You're comfortable, but you're also stuck. While in Nigeria, yes, there are challenges, real ones, but there's something else, which is very good: flexibility. And this is where I need people to really understand my point. My point is not that Nigeria is better or the UK is better. The goal is, how do you use both systems to your own advantage? This is what I call flexible living, or having options. So instead of choosing one and suffering inside of it, you design your life in such a way that you have options. What it means is reducing my dependency on one country, so I don't depend totally on one, because if that one fails, I'm in trouble. So for me, what this means is not putting all my eggs in one basket. I can shift at any time if it's not working for me. And this is why I see having dual citizenship as a blessing. Having 2 passports, I see it as a great blessing. And I've seen videos of people tearing their Nigerian passport and saying to hell with Nigeria. Can never do that. To me, that's stupidity. No matter how the government is in Nigeria, I cannot tear my passport, sorry. Because it's a privilege to have 2 passports or 3 passports. It's a great privilege. What it means is I can enjoy the best of both worlds. So dual citizenship gives me options. I'm not locked into one system. And that's a blessing. You're not forced to endure a situation just because you don't have a choice. You can move when you need to. You can adjust if things change. You can position yourself where life works best for you at different times. And in today's world, that kind of flexibility is not luxury, it's strategy. Because at the end of the day, true wealth is not just income, it's control. Control over your time, control over your environment, control over your choices, control over your life. And as for me, having access to more than one country, more than one system, that's what gives me that control. So when I speak about Nigerians' challenges, I'm not being negative, I'm being strategic. Because you cannot solve a problem you refuse to acknowledge. You cannot build a better life on illusion. So my goal is simple: to tell the truth, to share my experience, and to help someone out there make better, more informed decisions. Not emotional decision, not decision based on pressure, but smart decision. And if you're in a position where you can create options for yourself, whether through traveling or residency or dual citizenship, don't take it for granted. Use it wisely. So if you've ever felt torn between Nigeria and abroad, just know this: you don't have to pick one and suffer. You can design your life differently. And that's the real conversation we should be having. So if you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to subscribe if you have not subscribed. Like, also share my videos. I would like to hear what you think about this video in the comment section. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye. Thank you.